question I get asked a lot is, what can I do to support my immune system, especially in light of COVID-19? So there are obviously is lots of information out there. A lot of it sounds really scary, and the information today will be, I won't be judging anyone whether they're being vaccinated or not vaccinated. The information today will be for both parties. How can you support your immune system, that if you encounter the virus and also the vaccine, how can you best deal with it? How can you give yourself the best chance? So within functional medicine, we obviously always look at underlying triggers, the underlying biochemistry. So we want to make sure that your body doesn't really have an inflammation before you even hit the virus, because when the virus enters, your body has to mount an immune response and inflammation to fight it off. Now, if you're already chronically inflamed through diet and lifestyle factors, then your body might not be able to fight the virus properly, because your cells might be it's called immune senescence. They might be old and fragile and not working properly because they're being worn down by inflammation. And on the other hand, if the virus takes hold, you might then start to overreact. Your immune system might start to create a cytokine storm, which is when things go south. So we want to, as a first starter, try and get your baseline inflammation to the lowest possible way. And there are a few things you can do. Number one is getting enough sleep. Sleep is really anti-inflammatory. Try and aim for 7 to 8 hours. Really important. One night of lack of sleep has been shown to have some produce inflammation in the body the next day. Next thing that is important is eating a balanced, nutritious diet, a Mediterranean style diet with lots of fish, some nuts and seeds, olive oil, plenty of vegetables, and a little bit of fruit. Unprocessed, because if you're eating too many processed foods, too much sugar, and not getting all the right nutrients like omega-3s and vitamin C and B vitamins, that has been shown to lead to inflammation. Another thing that is important is making sure that you're getting your B vitamins. So especially important are B9, folate, and B12. Folate is mainly found in leafy greens, and B12 is mainly found in animal products like some red meat and fish. So you want to have a balanced, whole foods, organic diet. Why are the B vitamins important in light of your immune system and COVID? They are important for a process called methylation. Methylation is important for lots of things in the body, but one of which, it helps the body choose which viruses to turn on and off. It stops viral replication, meaning the virus can't really do and keep going inside your body if your methylation is working well. So another reason to have a varied Mediterranean style diet, lots of colorful vegetables, leafy greens, and some good amount of lean, healthy protein. Another thing that you can do starting today that is super simple and will help improve your immune system and lower that baseline inflammation so that you can mount a better immune response if you are encountering COVID, is some intermittent fasting and cyclical ketosis. Now, if you are intermittently fasting and using in a ketogenic state from time to time, your body switches on something called AMPK, which has been shown in research to reduce inflammation, in particular something called NLRP3 inflammasome. And that inflammasome has been shown to increase the risk for lots of illnesses like cancers and autoimmune disease and cardiovascular disease and Alzheimer's, but also in particular increases the risk for the cytokine storm and that bad outcome of COVID-19. There's a whole big video I've done. You can check it out in my YouTube section, a full lecture, I think it's over an hour, where I go into all the different details, but just as a general baseline, try and include some intermittent fasting, some cyclical ketosis, and that will dampen that inflammasome and will help you have a better head start towards any illness. Another easy thing to do is to lower your carb intake. It goes a little bit hand in hand with what I just said with the Mediterranean diet, nourishing diet, and going into cyclical ketosis. But in particular, having blood sugar spikes has been shown to dampen your immune response. So every time you have this really big blood sugar hit by eating or drinking something super sugary, your immune system is out of action for a little while. So we obviously, at the moment, we don't want that. Another important thing is to get some exercise. You want to be out moving. There's a lot of different reasons for that, but one of it is that it's anti-inflammatory. So make sure you get out there. Ideally, you get into the sun, so you get some vitamin D at the same time, which is also crucial for our immune system. And it helps to lower your inflammation, your baseline inflammatory level, increasing your immune resilience. Then if you want to step it up a notch, you can go and get a sauna or an ice bath. They've been shown to really reduce inflammation and stimulate your immune system, so you can really take it to the next level. But with all of this, the saunas, the ice bath, and the exercise, you want to make sure that you have it in a nice balance. You also want to have some periods of rest, because if you're overdoing it, you're overstimulating your cortisol, and that will have a negative effect on your immune system again. So as always, it's important to keep everything in balance and in moderation. Now, if you want to take it, if you're kind of worried about all these things and you think, okay, well, I'm kind of inflamed and I'm probably not going to be able to fix all of these underlying problems that have accumulated over the last 10 to 20 years, what can you do? There's some supplements and nutraceuticals that you can take to really optimize your immune system while you're figuring the rest out. And you've probably heard of them, and there's high dose vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D. They're the most important ones. You can help straight away. Then glutathione, a master antioxidant. You might also want to check you get a multivitamin with all the different B vitamins in it, some vitamin A, important for your mucosal lining so that the virus can't even enter into your body. All these things are really important. Ideally, you get them through your diet and lifestyle rather than supplementing. But if you feel like you're running out of time and you're just a little worried, then those things can be taken at a high dosage for a short period of time, not long term. Zinc, for example, you don't want to just supplement at high doses all the time, because otherwise you might be depleting your copper levels, which are also important. So ideally, you work with a practitioner if you are going to take some high dose supplements. And I hope this all helps and you feel ready to take on this flu season.